What's going on, everybody? You know, this almost feels like a cigar kind of conversation right here. I don't know what it is. By the way, I quit chewing. Hands to Jesus. Listen, y'all, February 1st of this year, never chewed again. Pretty awesome thing. Red Man Gold Leaf, that was my deal. It was one of the hardest things ever to quit. Just had a lot of thought about that, and you know, I had 20 good years chawing on it. I'm good. I don't need it no more. I'm not going to stop smoking cigars, though. I hardly even do them anyway. Like 5 a day is really not that big of a deal, is it? No, seriously, though. I know a lot of people that watch this channel are good-natured, hard-working people that are hustlers. We don't just check boxes. We don't just do the minimum. But the thing about hustling is, and having dreams, is you never want to grip the too tight. What I mean by that is, it could lead to a lot of control issues. I started praying this prayer about 3 or 4 years ago, and basically essentially the prayer just went, Lord, if there's anything at all that would hurt me, or any relationship that would poison me, or any route that would cause harm to me in any way, please delay my plans or put up a blockade, because I'd rather be inconvenienced for a short time than to fall into a massive trap. And this is a really hard prayer for a lot of people to pray. It really is. You know why? Because it signifies a release of control from us to God. But it also signifies an extreme trust, because this prayer is outright stating that He knows what's best for us, not us. Now, inside my guitar strap, a lot of people have asked me, what is that's actually written inside there? It's Jeremiah 29:11. And it says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. I was at a school in Florida. My junior year playing football, God was blessing me tremendously, had lots of abilities, was getting a lot of attention. The guy that was in my position for the same spot was the same age but did not have half the ability that I did. And he started, and I rode the bench. Matter of fact, that coach hated me and made my life hell at every single turn the entire year I was there. Because of how terrible I was treated, I switched schools to the biggest public school in the area called Dr. Phillips High School in Orlando. Shout out to anybody that was with me. Still love y'all, even though I hadn't seen you in 20 years. Went on to have an incredible senior year. I made the Florida All-Star team and received 14 Division I football offers. Pretty awesome way to go, isn't it? Interestingly enough, one of the coaches from my former school had transferred with me the same exact year, the same exact school, to the new school with me, and became my head coach. I loved him, had a great relationship with him. God rest his soul, he's not with us anymore. But after I graduated, he shared with me something in private and said that former school, the dad was paying the coaches and the schools to make sure his boy never came off the football field. He'd been there since kindergarten, and today that kid is an absolute outright loser who's never accomplished anything in life whatsoever. And as many times as I would go home, hitting my fist in the pillows at how wrong it was, at how much this kid sucked, at how much I had to offer, I was getting blocked. And something incredible happened. When I switched schools, I met my wife. Not only did I meet my wife, I met my soulmate. This woman is absolutely perfection for me. We've been married 16 years, got 2 boys. She's my best friend. I look forward to seeing her every single day of my life. Without having been blockaded, I would have never had to switch. Not having ever switched, I would have never met her. And the rest is history. I can't think of anything more disgusting to do to a kid like that than to pay a coach to, keep him off the field. But that's the sick, sick world that we live in, and I got thousands of stories just like that. But I will say this. Sometimes I think the Lord has His own adjustment bureau. If you ever saw that movie. There's a million different ways that you can play your hand in life. And I know that we all say the devil is mean and evil and just, he's out to get you. And he is all those things. He is mean, he's evil, he's out to get you. However, I don't want you to miss this. A lot of times he can use something good to keep you away from great. Because what you're going to do when you're doing something great is absolutely terrifying to him. I'm not in the least bit into any kind of prosperity gospel, so don't get me wrong. I believe that the harder I work, the luckier I get. But don't get down on yourself because something didn't work out for you. Do I really need to remind y'all that we live in a cursed and fallen world that can only be restored when Christ comes back at the end of ages. So listen, and do not be surprised or angry when something goes wrong in the world. We ought to be surprised and absolutely shocked if anything ever goes right. So I'm telling you, this prayer has changed my life, but only pray it if you genuinely trust in the Lord. I'm truly sorry if you've never had anybody sit you down and tell you this stuff before, but it's absolute true. And in my life, I've had a huge problem with authority, no doubt. But there is one authority that deserves all my trust and all my attention, and that's the Lord. I've got everything in the world that this world says is important. I've already achieved it. I already got it. Don't need nothing else. But I will tell you, even where I'm at right now, if I lose sight and I still try to do it on my own, it fails every single time. So take that prayer, put it in your pipe, and smoke it, because it's good for you. Y'all be good.